Welcome to the first episode of DnA. This is Aaron.
DnA. And this is David.
Hey. So,
how's it going?
Yeah, so we introduced ourselves. What is your name? That's a weird name.
Is it a he or a she?
I can't tell.
Kids these days.
Yeah. Anyway, I feel like it's a little bit like Dora the Explorer. Like,
it is.
You know, can you tell us where Swiper is?
Swiper, no swipey. This is
Swiper. It is. Anyway, alright, so let's take a minute and just discuss a little bit about what this is.
Yeah, because I don't even know what this is for
yeah,
sure.
so I'll have to explain.
Okay.
For the viewing audience and Aaron, what we're doing here is pretty much, we've seen a lot of podcasts and stuff, like on iTunes and, like Good Mythical Morning. There's a lot of shows like this. And we were just kind of sitting around like, we could do that.
Yeah.
We think we're decently interesting.
Well,
so,
David does at least.
So we came up with DnA, David and Aaron. That's,
Actually, it's David and Aaron.
Yeah.
You can't say like and. It's got to be
Yeah, exactly. David and Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so basically, we're going to be doing that kind of thing. Just the podcast, kind of talking about our lives or
and how interesting we are,
or odd news stories. Kind of whatever we want. So basically, this is going to be. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So pretty much every Friday.
Anyway, sorry. We're also in like our local mall right now.
So unless they kick us out, this is where we're going to be. And we're going to be releasing one every Friday, 6 p.m. So, and this is going to be running through December 6th, I believe it is. It's the first Friday of December. I'll correct it in post if it's not the 6th. But after that, we're going to take a few weeks off, for Christmas and stuff. And then after that, kind of regroup and decide if we want to keep doing it. But the biggest contribution to if we're doing it really is you. Exactly. It's
Y-O-U.
Mm-hmm.
Not like just you. And my sunglasses just fell out of my pocket, but that's okay.
But anyway, but seriously though, it really does come down to if you guys like it.
And
for
find
this
us interesting.
Exactly. So if you're wanting for this to keep going on, share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, like it, comment, do all that good stuff that you already know what you needed to be doing,
Yeah.
So anyway, that's our kind of spiel on introducing everything. Now we can actually get to more of what this show is weekly going to be. And this week, Aaron has an interesting story to tell us.
Okay, guys. Well, from my understanding of what David just said, this whole thing is about us getting to know each other
becoming a
better.
community.
Becoming a family.
Yes.
Except not really. But
you guys can be like the crazy cousins that we kind of want to see, but not really.
We just never get to see, though, because they don't know where we live.
Well, actually, they do. Probably.
So, anyway, besides that, I thought I would share a deeply emotional story in my life that would let you know a little bit more about who I am, besides Sherlock. So anyway, this story takes place on a college campus, of which I will not disclose
mention
the name of.
Yeah,
but
good idea.
that's just because I don't want you to come find me during lunch breaks. I have enough people like, oh, we want to talk to you, and I don't really want to do that on my lunch breaks. So what had happened was I had been having a deeply emotional day. Have you ever had like those moments when you have like the angel and then like the devil or the demon on your shoulders? Well, I had this little demon that had been whispering things to me. You know who you are, by the way, so how's it going? Anyway, I had this little demon on my shoulder that had been whispering things to me that had distressed me greatly. And so I had gone to the campus because it's a decent campus.
But no one's there.
Yeah, but no one was there during the summer. This was during the summer.
No, is this past summer? Or the one before?
The one before.
Okay, so this has been a little while,
Yeah,
just disclosure.
Yeah.
But we thought it was a good story to start with, anyway.
Yeah. So I had been contemplating my situation at the campus. I was the only one there. And I probably looked quite distraught because I was wandering a campus all by myself and no one was there. And a security guard comes up to me because I'm trying to get into one of the buildings because I'd been there for a while. And
were you like trying to like break in, like stealing?
No,
and because you're like that.
That's for another time. I had to, I had to relieve myself is probably the best way of putting it.
Keep going.
And so I was trying to open one of these doors and it was locked, but I was trying as many doors as I could. This officer pulls up and he's like in his car on the sidewalk, so it's kind of like...
So you're woo, woo!
Except no, woo, woo! But it's like...
Yeah.
Woo, woo!
Yeah.
Anyway, so he pulls up and he's like, what are you doing here? You do know that this campus is closed over the summer. I was like,
no, it's not.
Well, that's what he told me.
Yeah, he lied.
Anyway, he was like, we're closed. And I was like, you're what? He was like, what are you doing here? And I made the mistake, because I mean, I get kind of nervous around cops like you guys too, sometimes.
Cops are frightening.
When you don't work with them. But, and then they're just kind of silly. But,
keep going.
Anyway, so he pulls up and he asks me this question, why am I here? And I look at him like, oh, I'm just contemplating life. And as soon as those words come out of my mouth, I'm like, that was a bad move. So he's like, you're contemplating life, taking your life? I was like, oh, no, sir, I'm not in the business of, like, taking my life. But he was like, well, have you thought about taking someone else's life? And I actually had at that point, but David's still around, so we're all good. Anyway.
Wait, what?
Anyway, so,
No, I think we need to talk about this.
Well, I wasn't going to reveal the voice in my head. Actually, it wasn't you. I'm just kidding.
Okay,
just kidding about the whole
Let's
thing.
Continue.
But he was asking me all these questions, like, did I have weapons in my car?
Which you probably did.
Yeah, I actually did, because we just got finished filming one of the episodes of
Holmes and Watson. Oh, I remember that.
And so I had, like
a pistol and
pistols
stuff.
and knives and stuff like that in the back of my car. And so he was like, do you have any weapons? And at the moment, I was like, no, I don't, because you kind of forget. It'd been in there for a week, I think. But I had a knife on me, and so I was like, well, because I thought I could, like, slit my wrists with a knife or, like... I was like, do you need that? And he's like, no, you'll be fine. So evidently, if it's a gun, it's one thing, but if it's a knife... Anyway.
Really different story.
Yeah. So he was asking me all these different questions, and he was telling me if I would only admit that I needed help, he could take me to go get help. But I was like, no, sir, I'm fine, because he was blowing it out of proportion. I wasn't even contemplating suicide. But he took it that I was. So I finally got him away, no, I'll be fine, and he leaves. So I go to my car, and I'm kind of like, oh, well, that was pretty interesting. My day just got better. And then he pulls back up to my car, and he was like, here's a number for, like, the suicide hotline or something. And if you need help, please. And he was, like, desperate. He was pleading with me. Admit that you need help, because I can take you. I can take you to get help. And I was like, sir, I really don't need help. And so then he goes into this long story about how he's a real police officer. He's not just a campus security guard.
Yeah, no.
And
because apparently that makes a difference.
Yeah, because he wanted to let me know the campus security guards are actually policemen, not security guards. They have their own, like, police department, which is weird because I've never heard of it.
That is interesting.
Never heard of it before, anyway. And so he gives me this number, and he was like, are you sure I can't convince you to come hop in my car and let me take you to go get help? We can find people to help you. And I'm thinking, do I look like I need help that much? And David's probably like,
Un de tipo.
Anyway, so that was pretty much what happened. I finally got him away. I still have the number, which is
We should probably put it out there, at some point.
Probably put that, yeah. Why didn't we think to bring that?
I don't know. So, we hadn't decided, like, how to end each of these episodes.
So, I happened to get my hands on a couple of David's baby pictures. So, anyway, here we are.
Okay.
This is David's
Well,
first.
you don't have to... No, I'm doing this in post.
You're doing this in post?
Yeah, we're just looking at these.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is David's first baby picture of him. Not his like first, but the first one we have.
But you see that now. I think this is interesting. Like this is my road of becoming a cookie alcoholic thing, like an addict.
Yeah, I mean, just look at that. He's like caught red-handed. His mom has a spotlight. See, that's where the light's coming from. It's at night. This is spotlight shining, and she's just like,
I'm
David,
about to get arrested.
Put it down.
Yeah.
Here's the picture of David. This was on his like.
I don't know what
this was. The reason he's crying is because this is his grandmother. She had really hairy
arms, man.
But he's crying because his mom wouldn't let him wear the dress that goes with his hat over to his grandmother's because he used to wear jumpers all the time.
Oh yeah, they're fabulous.
Yeah. So anyway, poor David.
Indeed.
And this is the last one, and this is the one that I recognize David by most. Sorry, David. This is the one I recognize. And see, if you look at the bottom of the picture, you can see that there's this safety thing. Because again, this goes back to the cookies. He steals some. But and you can also see the brand of diapers he uses, but that's a totally different story. Anyway, so
okay, yeah.
David also has an addiction to the TV.
When I was little, I used to. That is like I would get that close, and that's how I'd watch TV. Of course, the TV's not actually on in this picture. I don't think.
I kind of think I see grass in a field.
I don't know.
I can't tell.
Is it a happy field?
Yeah, with your dreaming tree in the middle of it.